Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the topic of design process and design quality. What are the different types of techniques are there in the design process and design quality? Function oriented software design. Function oriented software design. What do you mean by function oriented software design? So look at the function oriented. Function should be there. So in between every two components, there should be a function. So input data is suppose I will tell you the very simple example. I will tell you the very simple example. Library management system is one type of function oriented software design. Library management is one type of function oriented software design. Suppose look at the textbook is input data and book details. Other name is input data, book details are the output data. Other name is the input data and book details are the output data. Suppose you need to identify function oriented software design in a different manner. So just type on the keyboard what type of file you need required, what type of file you required. So I will tell you one more simple example. Whatever the other name you are typing on the keyboard, all the information will be displayed on the monitor. So whatever the information is there on the monitor, go and search and go and locate all the particular information where it can be available. So central library system, it will be available all the terminology what is there in the function oriented software design. So it is clearly mentioned that other name, just click on the other name, the remaining all the information will be displayed on the monitor, book details, book number and all the information. If it is central library, go and search the particular book details according to the other name and book number, you will get the output data. So that is called the function oriented software design. There are two fundamental different techniques are there in the there are two functional different techniques are there in the software design. One is function oriented approach, second one object oriented approach. In object oriented approach, there should be object oriented software engineering. For this particular topic, you need to cover into a particular object oriented software engineering, which is nothing but UML, Unified Modeling Language. Based on these two steps, function oriented approach, object oriented approach, you are going to design process and design quality of the project. So function oriented design techniques are very popular. Currently in use of many software development organizations, we are using the function oriented software design. Many software development organizations, they are encouraging to play the games according to the different types of platforms. Function oriented design techniques and start with the functional requirements specified in the SRS documents. SRS is nothing but software requirement specification. What are the different types of software requirement specifications are there, in particularly software design? During the design process, high-level functions are successfully decomposed into more detailed functions. During the design process, high-level functions are successfully decomposed into more detailed functions. So what type of high-level design you can use it? Suppose personal software process, team software process. Personal software process and team software process, you can use it in a high-level design. And high-level design review also you can use in a different manner. High-level design review also you can use in a different manner. So high-level functions are occurred where the high-level language should be there, where the high-level design should be there, where the high-level design review should be there. Technically known as top-down decomposition. Technically we can call it as a top-down decomposition, not bottom-up. We can call it as a top-down decomposition. The detailed functions are mapped to a module structure. The detailed functions are mapped to a module structure. There are different types of modules are there. First module, second module, third module and fourth module. According to the module structure, first module, second module, third module and fourth module, according to the module you are going to do the project. Module is nothing but one type of task. Task is nothing but built a building function written under some programming language is called the task. Every task you need to apply for the different types of platforms. So do it and work it into a different types of platforms that should be there for during the design process. Structured analysis, structured design. Structured analysis and structured design. SAD methodology as essential features of several important function-oriented design methodologies. As essential features of several important function-oriented design methodologies. If you need to use any specific design methodology later on, you can do so easily with small additional effort. Structured analysis or structured design technique can be used to perform high-level design. So, personal software process and team software process both are high-level design. Personal software process and team software process both are high-level design which we are using. Based on that, you are going to implement the project. SASD technique can be used to perform high-level design. Just now I told you about SASD technique. SASD methodologies consist of two distinct activities. Distinct is nothing but common element of the two levels, common elements of the two components, common element of the two levels and common elements of the two components. First one, structured analysis. Structured analysis, there are two types, structured, semi-structured. If you look at the textbook or notebook, we can call it as a structured analysis. Semi-structured in the sense, all the legal size papers are A4 size papers. You can take it and stitch on that, then you will get the structured design pattern. During the structured analysis, functional decomposition techniques are taking the place. During the structured analysis, functional decomposition takes place. What are the functional decomposition techniques? So based on that, you need to work into different platforms. During structured design, so all the information will be structured. All this information should be a different types of module. So we can call it as a module structure is formalized. We can call it as a module structure is formalized. Functional decomposition. functional decomposition. So whatever the information we are giving for the function, all the information will be depends on the input data and output data. So what is the input data here? Other name is the input data, book details are the output data. So that is called the functional decomposition. Each function is analyzed. Every function should be analyzed in a different manner. Each function is analyzed. Every function should be analyzed. Hierarchically decomposed into more detailed functions. Hierarchically decomposed into more detailed functions. Simultaneous decomposition of high-level data into more detailed data. Simultaneous decomposition of high-level data into more detailed data. More number of accuracy should be there. There should be a high-level decomposition. Decomposition of high-level data into more detailed data. Decomposition of high-level data into more detailed data, you can use it. Structured analysis, I told you just now what is the structured and what is the pattern of the structured, what you are going to implement the structured analysis. Transform a textual problem description into a graphic model. Transform a textual problem. So if you look at the text, there are two types, structured and unstructured and semi-structured. What do you mean by unstructured? A4 size or Laker size papers you are taking individually, we can call it as a unstructured pattern. A graphical representation should be applied. A diagrammatic approach should be there. That is called unstructured pattern. Done using data flow diagrams. Data flow diagrams. What do you mean? What are the different types of data flow diagrams are used in the structured and unstructured pattern, which is nothing but textual problem description. Data flow diagrams graphically represent the results of structured analysis. Data flow diagrams graphically represent the results of structured analysis. Structured design. All the functions represented in the DFD map to a module structure. The module structure is called as the software architecture. Software architecture defined through detailed design. Detailed design can be directly implemented using a conventional programming language. Structured design, all the functions represented in the data flow diagrams mapped to a module structure. The module structure is called as the software architecture. The module structure is called as the software architecture. What is the software architecture? It has to follow some rules and regulations or instructions. We can call it as a software architecture. Refined through detailed design. Whatever the information you are giving, the information should be a detailed design. Detailed design can be directly implemented. Detailed information can be directly implemented using a conventional programming language. Conventional is different. So what are the different types of conventional methods are there? So what type of programming language you are using, there should be a conventional. All the information is known to you. All the information is available to you. That is called the conventional programming language. Structured analysis versus structured design. Structured analysis versus structured design. Purpose of structured analysis. Structured analysis versus structured design. Purpose of structured analysis: capture the data structure of the system as the user views it. Capture the data structure of the system as the user views it. Purpose of the structured design. So what is the purpose of the structured design? How you are going to design the structure? Based on the structure, you need to enhance, or you need to elaborate, or you need to extend the techniques which we are going to purpose structured design. Arrive at a form that is suitable for implementation in some programming language. Arrive at a form arrive at a form that is suitable for implementing for is suitable for implementation in its own programming language. The results of structured analysis can be easily understood even by ordinary customers. So the customers are different cases. Ordinary customers, mediate customer, moderate customers, high-level design customers are there. Does not require computer knowledge. The ordinary customers does not require computer knowledge. Directly represent customers' perception of the problem. Directly represents customers' perception of the problem. Uses customers' terminology for naming different functions and data. Uses customers' terminology for naming different functions and data. The results of structured analysis can be reviewed by customers. The results of structured analysis can be reviewed by customers to check whether it captures all their requirements. Structured analysis based on the principles of top-down decomposition, not bottom-up decomposition. Divide and conquer principle, you can use it. The divide and conquer principle is nothing but one of the techniques which are there in the design and analysis of algorithms. Each function is considered individually, that is isolated from other functions. All the information should be in isolation model. All the information should be a isolation approach. All the information should be isolation model. All the information should be isolated approach. Decompose functions totally disregarding and what happens in other functions. Graphical representation of results using data flow diagrams or bubble charts. Data flow diagrams, there are different types of data flow diagrams are there. Based on that, you need to work into different models. So you can identify very easily what are the different types of data flow diagrams are there. Apart from that, you can select some of them. Then you can go through all the terms, then you will get the result very clearly. So here, for example, showing the flow documents are items in an organization. So in organization, there are so many documents are there, and there are so many documents are there, are items in an organization. DFD technique is very popular. Data flow diagrams technique is very popular because it is simple to understand what we are using. It is simple to understand what we are using. DFE is a hierarchical graphical model, shows the different functions of the system. Data interchanging among the processes. DFD concepts. It is useful to consider each function as a processing station. Each function consumes some input data and reduce some output data. Data flow model, car assembly unit. So that is one type of integrated. All the parts should be added. Then only car assembly unit should be there. So car assembly is one type of embedded software. So what are there in the embedded software? A real-time operating system or operating system, you need to follow some circumstances, then follow the different types of platform. A DFD model uses data flow diagram model, uses limited types of symbol, simple set of rules, easy to understand. It is a hierarchical model, human-computer interaction model that should be given to you. It is in a hierarchical model. We start with a very simple and abstract model of a system. Details are slowly introduced through the hierarchies. Thank you. Thank you, students. This is the first presentation I given to you. So based on the first presentation, we'll go for next presentation.